Well, the decades-long mystery of where famed aviator Amelia Earhart's plane is may have been solved by an ocean exploration company. The CEO of Deep Sea Vision claims to have found the aircraft while scanning more than 12,000 square kilometres of ocean between September and December last year. Well, Deep Sea Vision CEO Tony Romeo joins us now from New York. Tony, good morning to you and thanks for coming on the show.
Good morning to you as well, or good evening to you, I guess, from here in New York. And it sounds like your weather's a lot hotter than where we're at here.
Yeah, for sure. Tony, just remind people why this mystery has fascinated people for so long. Just give us a little bit of a sense of the Amelia Earhart story.
Sure. Well, Amelia is America's favorite missing person. She went missing in 1937, 87 years ago, and her disappearance is still a mystery to and an alluring mystery to many people to most people around the world. She was attempting to fly from Papua New Guinea to Howland Island. That was her last flight, and she didn't quite make it to Howland Island. In fact, she crossed through Australia on her way to on that final flight, which was super cool. So Australia was actually part of her final journey. But until that plane is found, Amelia Earhart, there are going to be people out there looking for aircraft, and there are going to be people coming up with theories as to what happened to her.
She was 39 at the time. She was attempting to fly right around the world and be the first woman to do it. Why have you tried to find the plane, and how have you gone about it?
Well, we took a statistical approach to finding the aircraft. We examined the areas that we thought had not been searched, and then we tried to assign probabilities to the different sectors, and then systematically go through and clear those areas until we found something that we thought resembled her aircraft.
Well, do you think you've got it?
We think we do, and so we've got a very strong-looking image of the aircraft, and the three things that really stand out are the tail section, which is the twin vertical stabilizers on the back, which you can clearly see on the image. You've got an object that is basically found on a very sandy, flat bottom. And when you see an object like that protruding from the seafloor, immediately stands out as something unusual. And then the third thing is the aircraft dimensions were very similar in the sonar image to Amelia's aircraft. And of course, it's impossible to know because we didn't get a picture. We need new equipment. We need different equipment to go down there and take some pictures and examine the target further. But we feel very good. You'd be hard pressed to convince me that it's not an airplane, and further, not Amelia's airplane.
Well, a few of the critics, have questioned the angle of the wings. That they've said, well, hang on, the wings on her plane, her Lockheed, went straight out and weren't sort of angled back. So what do you say to that?
Right, and I think it's a fair criticism. However, I do want to point out that as the target is identified by the AUV, by the sonar equipment, it's going to stretch and distort the object. And if you look at the sonar image, you're going to notice that the tail section is also kind of swept back at an angle like you described. So if you were to straighten out the tail and the wings proportionally, you'll notice that the sonar image actually takes the form of her airplane.
Tony, why are you doing this? What's your history? How does it make you feel?
Oh, no, this is fantastic to be part of the story. I'm from an aviation family. My dad was a pilot for 4 decades. My brother's an Air Force pilot. I have my private pilot's license. It's a story that I grew up hearing a lot about. So to be a part of this now is incredible. And looking forward to hopefully bringing some closure to this and bringing Amelia back home.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, so the next step is confirmation. We'll send down the right equipment and ROV, take some pictures of it, and then after that, probably get there's some steps we got to figure out. The right people to get involved, and the right equipment, depending on if the plane is in good condition and structurally it's stable, then we can lift it to the surface and hopefully restore it. It belongs in the Smithsonian. It's the biggest museum in the United States for artifacts, archaeological artifacts like this. I think everyone agrees that this is it's fine. It's the place that it belongs, and every American should come and be able to enjoy it.